There's one problem with that. And I'm going to do, that's better. I'm going to do what all good musical comedians would do. I'm going to tell you that problem in a song. Do you want to hear it? Yeah? Do you want to hear it? Yes! Okay, ready? Oh dear, what can the matter be? I hate musical comedy. I like that seeking the BNP. Life will be great without me. It's a bit low, sos. It riles me when I see a musical comedian. I never see talent or humour or wisdom. It pisses me off how much audiences love them. I hope that I die on my arse. Oh dear, what can the matter be? I hate musical comedy. I'm like a gay in the DUP. Life will be great without me. I try to do jokes and I try to do stories, but sadly my sets without songs are just boring. There's more entertainment in laminate flooring. Why don't I just flipping quit? Oh dear, by the way, if you want to sing We Hate, it will make me feel a lot better. Oh dear, what can the matter be? We hate musical comedy. I'm like a working class Tory. Like most of my family, life will be great without me. Thank you. New bloody clap that, God, you bastards. Right, hello, my name's Ali and I am an Elizabethan. And I don't know if you know what that means, it's kind of a code word. It's the word that my mum uses instead of the word lesbian. She does. No, she does, because the thing, right, with my mum, she can't pronounce the word lesbian because she's got this condition. It's called homophobia. There might be a few people that have got that condition in tonight. No, I'm only joking. My family are pretty homophobic, they're quite right-wing. And I think I've always tried to sort of please them, and when I'm around them, I try and act as feminine as possible, right? And the most extreme example of this was about 11 years ago, me and my wife got civil partnered, right? Fuck off, that wasn't the right reaction. No, we got civil partnered, right? And on our wedding day, on the day of the civil partnership, right, me and my wife both wore white wedding dresses. Right, we did, yeah. And do you know what, at the time I was like pretty proud that I stepped out of my comfort zone and made the effort. But looking at the photos now, it's embarrassing because we did just look like a couple of jilted heterosexuals. We did. But it was pretty obvious what the people at the wedding how they actually perceived us in our white wedding dresses. Because after the ceremony, all the guests were coming up to us, giving her a kiss and trying to shake my hand. There was that a pity clap there at the back. I heard it. So this is like, oh yeah, by the way, I will tell you this. So we have two children, and I don't know if you can see, I've got scratches all over my face, I've got 2-year-olds. We've got 2 children, me and my wife, and I can honestly say the best thing about being a lesbian mom, it's that me and my wife are both motherfuckers. That is not true, we literally never do it. It's brilliant. Guys, this is so strange because you're sort of like a theatre, but kind of it's a bit like being in somebody's living room with those curtains. So this is lovely. No, do you know what? This is kind of a local gig for me because I live in Cambridge, so this is like, you know, in terms of the comedy circuit, this is a local gig. And you can probably tell from my accent, I don't sound like I'm a Cambridge native. I'm not from there originally. I am from a lovely place in the West Midlands called Walsall. God, Saffron Walden. No, I am. But do you know what, right? I always knew I needed to leave there. I was like, do you know what? I was just living in the West Midlands. I just got absolutely sick to death of disposable income. I was like, if I don't get out of this place soon, I'm going to end up on the property ladder. That's what I was thinking. So I moved to Cambridge, and there is no risk of that in Cambridge. But no, like, it has been culture shock for me moving over to this side of the country, right? Because compared to where I'm from in Warsaw, right, East Anglia, it's not really ethnically diverse, right? Like the place where I live in Cambridge, right, the part of Cambridge I live is so white middle class, right? At my local Sainsbury's, if you want to find Yorkshire tea, you've got to go to World Foods. True story. And I'm a bit excited because actually I know someone at the back over there, right? I didn't know she was coming. I just literally just saw her. She was totally psyched me out as I was coming onto the stage. But she knows that this thing that I'm about to do is a true story, so that's really good, isn't it? So we had this annex built in our garden for an elderly relative because we just thought we want to be carers. I mean, it's great being a carer. So we had this annex built. We got, by the way, so we got these builders in, and I don't know if there's anybody that doesn't have a man in the house, but when you don't have a man in the house, and this is so sexist, I'm sorry to say this, but when you don't have the man in the house, it's like, we sort of get on edge when we have to get a builder because it always goes one of two ways. They're either really pervy or they pour their hearts out to us, right? It goes one of two ways. So we got these builders in to build this annex, and they were so lovely, like it was something really different about them. And within about 3 days, the head builder, the foreman, came out of the closet and said he was a gay man, right? And actually, he's from Ipswich, so it's pretty close, isn't it? Ipswich! You probably know it! Do you know a gay builder? Because there can't be many gay builders. I could tell you his name, but I'm not going to. So, we had this gay builder, and we were sort of like lulled into a full sense of security because we thought he's not going to perv on us, it's going to be brilliant, we're safe. And then this gay builder said something to me that was 200 times worse than anything any straight builder's ever said. And I'm going to give you a very detailed description of what happened in a song. Is that okay? Yeah. You ready for it? Can I just have, instead of Saffron Walden enthusiasm, can we have like sort of Wigan enthusiasm? Are you Will? No. Is he Will? Okay. I'm going to be absolutely fucking gagging to see Will. Okay, right. I'm going to do this now. Stop interrupting me. Okay. This isn't a Me Too song, but it is about a man. He constructed an annex in my garden for my nan. He said, I see your lesbian mums. I thought, oh, here we go. He said, I've got a husband and we're happy, but you know, I sensed a proposition and I thought this will be wild. He said, we both would love it if you'd surrogate our child. This is a true story. This is what I said to him. This is what I should have said to him. Have you ever seen a baby being born? Have you ever seen a baby being born? I should sing a graphic parody of Natalie Imbruglia's Torn. Have you ever seen a baby being born? Yeah, of course I'll give an ovum up to someone I don't know. I'm nearly flipping 40, mate, my egg count's probably low. I thought of him and hubby, then I started to feel bad. Imagining them cooking quiche and chats they probably had. We'd love to extend the family, but we haven't got the womb. Those lesbo mums in Cambridge seem like easy ones to groom. Have you ever seen a baby when it crowns? Sorry, it gets worse. Have you ever seen a baby when it crowns? Imagine gory horror films with chainsaws, blood and clowns. Have you ever seen a baby when it crowns? Have I got a neon sign saying sucker on my head? Although a sign for me would probably say liquor instead. My inner feminist was spitting feathers at what I did. I giggled in a flirty way, went in the house and hid. He'll probably make a good dad and I'm sure his kids would thrive. The gender pay gap doesn't favour us gays who must die. Work out the economics on that one. Have you ever seen a woman after birth? Have you ever seen a woman after birth? Picture the scene if ISIS had beheaded Colin Firth. Have you ever seen? I told my mum and she goes, well, it's just nice to be asked. Perhaps for Christmas Day, Mum, or a ticket to Basement Jack's. How could he be so bold to ask for 9 months of my life? I probably feel more oppressed than Jim Davidson's wife. Jim Davidson fans down the front, sorry. It perpetuates the problem when us women humour men. I've been mansplained to at least 974,000 times since then. That was a really good topical joke when I wrote the song. Pretty Patel. Have you got the faintest clue how I will feel? Have you got the faintest clue how I will feel? Pregnancy symptoms include, but are not limited to, nausea, cramping, bloating, fatigue, moodiness, food aversions, heartburn, muscle cramps, I've already said that one, carpal tunnel syndrome, restless leg syndrome, vaginal discharge, and cracked heels. Have you got the faintest clue how I will feel? Oh, thank you! Lovely, and do you know what? You're not like the other Saffron Waldens. That was fantastic. Thank you so much. It was really, really nice to be here. I've been Ali Warwood. Cheers.